To a new ban igniting reaction in and around Detroit, City Council voting to ban smokeless tobacco and alternative nicotine products at all stadiums and arenas. And that means no more chewing tobacco at Comerica Park, Ford Field, or Little Caesars Arena. We posted about this story on social media and reactions have just poured in. Jack Lampy writing, "Never heard of anyone driving home from a ball game under the influence of tobacco and killing someone, but I have seen people driving home drunk from Comerica Park, just saying." Another viewer, Bill Kerner, adding, "Got rid of all smoking sections. Now there will be a good number of people. This will drive out of games early or to not come at all. I'm not a smoker, but how many smokers do you know that go 3 to 5 hours without smoking? Not many." 7 News Detroit reporter Demetrius Sanders heard both sides of this debate and shares how much a violation could cost.
The ban on smokeless tobacco and alternative nicotine products was passed by Detroit City Council 7-2, and while some say it's a step in the right direction, others are not so sure about the move. Nor What works at Lana's Bodega in downtown Detroit. She says nicotine pouches have been gaining popularity with customers.
For me personally, I find that I sell the smokeless tobacco products a lot more than I do sell the regular tobacco products, actually.
Now they'll have a few less places they can use those products.
Knock tobacco out of the park has been very successful, ensuring that stadiums, sports arenas, places that kids frequent are tobaccoless.
This week, Detroit City Council voted to prohibit smokeless tobacco and nicotine alternatives at sports venues like Ford Field, Little Caesars Arena, and Comerica Park, extending to both players and fans. Councilman Fred Durhall, who pushed for the ordinance, pointing to the influence athletes have on children.
They thought that's a regular part of the game when they were looking at baseball.
If caught, violators will first receive a warning. After that, you could face fines starting at $100, with additional offenses costing $500.
Most people don't have $400 for personal emergencies, let alone should be fined for chewing tobacco.
Councilman Coleman Young II was one of 2 votes against the ordinance, saying he doesn't understand why it's necessary.
If this is like smoking a cigarette or vapor, that I understand, because you don't want kids to say can't smoke or to catch contact. I get that. But for chewing tobacco?
What adding she thinks enforcement will be difficult.
Things like Zins, you just pop them in your gums, you're not really able to regulate things like that. People are just going to get a lot sneakier with it.
And instead, she believes the city should focus on education surrounding tobacco use.
I think they're putting too much effort in regulating, and they should probably be putting more effort in teaching people about moderation.
Demetrius Sanders, 7 News Detroit.
Thank you, Demetrius.